Artistic director Joanna Highgood co-founded Zaccho Dance Theater in 1980. Since then, the professional dance company has grown into a multifaceted arts organization, including the Center for Dance and Aerial Arts, the Youth Performing Arts Program, Zaccho Youth Company, the Artist in Residence Program, San Francisco Aerial Dance Festival, and Zaccho Dance Theater.
Zaccho is a group of very, very passionate people trying to understand the world and who are making work that engages people on levels that they are not normally engaged in their everyday lives.
There are artists here, and there are artists here that are trying to reach, and I think that's what Zaccho is doing. Zaccho is reaching. I have been working with Zaccho since 1988. I would describe Joanna's work as bigger than life. She really tries to shine a light on a happening, a place, a feeling, an event. And she does it in some of the most dramatic ways.
In some ways, I feel like she's a filmmaker trapped in a choreographer's body. Her sense of time is very unique and asks for patience and investment from the audience.
She speaks of the history of the community, of the African American race. And it invites children to see that they can express themselves artistically, historically.
It will be hard, we know, and the road will be muddy and rough, but we'll get there.
Where we are is the Bayview Hunters Point area of San Francisco, and we know that a lot of the area has been plagued with violence. Children often come to school with signs of trauma, so having the opportunity to express themselves differently, kind of releases some of that trauma and anxiety.
We bring students out of the street into a space that's a pretty sacred space, and they feel it the minute they walk in the room. Being able to bring them into a creative environment is a huge benefit to their sense of possibility of what they can do and what the world can offer them.
So when I turn over, I'm going to be in Ace's place. Ace is going to be where Amir is. 1, 2, 3, go!
They brought curriculum, they brought history, they brought background, so that the students could integrate it into their work during the day.
It actually enriches their learning experience. You have the euphoria to talk about Martin Luther King and what he did.
Well, we're freedom fighters, that we may go to jail. And when you fight freedom, the Lord will go to jail.
Joanna keeps finding new ways to incorporate new topics, and every year I think they just keep getting better and better.
Okay, so where is community in your relationships?
This year we're focusing on identity, who we are, what are the things that make us special, what are the things that we most feel identify ourselves in the world, and what are our relationships to community, to our families, to religion, and what are our private selves.
We started to talk about how they fit into the community, how they see themselves. And what happened was Ferguson in the middle of this process. And so they decided to relate to that. They were saying that they wanted to be powerful, and they brought this music. The song is called Don't Let Them Get Away with Murder, And so they brought that to me, and they said, this is what we want to dance to. And I said, well, you know, okay.
Ready and wisdom. Power.
They relate to what happened. Okay. They know people who have died, people who have been shot, people who are incarcerated, family members, all of them. You know, not one or two in the group, all of them.
Last night my buddy lost his whole family. It's gonna take the man in me to conquer this insanity. It seems the rain will never let up. I try to keep my head up and still keep from getting wetter. You know it's funny when it rains it pours. They got money for wars but can't.
I've been a student at Zaccho Youth Performing Arts Program ever since I was 6 years old. 2 years into it, Joanna saw me at the end of the year performance and was like, do you want to join the Zaccho Youth Company and learn how to do aerial arts? And I was like, yeah.
You know, Ozzy was a very shy little girl. I remember the first year she started, she was afraid of heights. At that point, she hadn't been working on any apparatus. It was mostly floor movements. So she had to overcome a lot of things that first year. And when I saw her perform that first time, it was almost like it wasn't the same person, because they just really like brought out the dancer in her. Zaccho has helped her even outside of, I guess, the studio, so to speak, to where she knows what she wants and she's going after it.
It doesn't even seem real to be able to work with professional artists. It seems like I blinked and I'm already here.
I'm hoping that we are teaching them that the world is big, that there are many extraordinary people, there's many extraordinary things that are happening in the world, along with the things that are very challenging and very dark. But bringing this force of positive energy and understanding the trajectory of our history will have them better prepared to cope with, deal with, and navigate through what they have before them.
It has been an absolute blessing to have had a residency here at Zaccho Dance Theater. I don't think I could have afforded to organize my company or even to be able to bring my company back to this area, because it's very highly expensive. And I knew that it would be a rough start and I needed to be in a place that would support me. Joanna helped because she saw the potential in the company. She saw the potential in my choreography and my future. I've produced 12 shows in the span of 2 years at Zaccho Dance Theater.
I don't think I would be an artist if it weren't for this space. My company was born here. The very first work I made was developed here. So, I mean, this room is responsible for my artistic being.
The environment here is so warm and it's so caring, and it's just a place that you feel like home. Your fellow dancers, they're more than just your fellow dancers. Like over time, they become like family.